Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Saturday. All right, guys. Well, it's Memorial Day weekend, which you know what that means. That means barbecues, family time, maybe a little bit of booze. I don't know what you guys are into, but also just celebrating, period. Now, with that, yesterday we had such a great day. We did the launch of our new site upandadamlive.com. The feedback has been absolutely amazing. You know, Jason and Stephanie killed it with the site, the aesthetics. I even got a call, well, a couple calls from a few housewives who like loved the site. So that just made me so happy. If you guys haven't seen it, I'll talk more about it. But in the meantime, we're back to talk about the Valley / Vanderpump Rules a little bit. We have Lisa Vanderpump, who's being accused of being an asshole to Ariana Madix, which I want to talk about. And then Brittany Cartwright might have a new man. Oh, Oh, yeah, we're going to get into it. Smash the like button, show some love, and let's jump right in. So before we get into that, you guys are always asking me about my skin, and I appreciate it. It's a great compliment, but it's not just me. It's my Blue Mean Face Pro 2.0 for those of you guys who are new to the Addams family. With the press of a button, you can change the settings, and it uses these little micro currents, and you can hear it sounds like a massage, to lift, illuminate, rejuvenate your skin, and take the inflammation out. Normally, this guy is about $300, but if you click on my link in the description, also pinned in the comment section, not only do you get $200 off, but if you don't like it and it doesn't reduce your double chin, then guess what? You're getting off scot-free. And that's something that I love. They will refund you 100%. But I want to talk about this. This kind of threw me off a little bit because there's a source who's coming forward saying that Lisa Vanderpump and Ariana Madix, that they just like had these awkward interactions where they're not, I guess, getting along. Let me just say something really quick. And they even took it back to the 2023 White House Correspondents' Dinner. Here's the thing with this. What they're saying. They're like, oh, well, you know, Lisa didn't acknowledge Ariana Madix, or Ariana didn't, like, they were just kind of being assholes to each other. When Lisa enters into a room, I think at this point, especially with the platform that she did provide for everyone, I love Ariana. She's like the sweetest girl ever, but I love Lisa. When she walks into a room, I think that she kind of, in some weird way, she definitely lets people come to her. Even when she would sit at Pump or Sir or Tom Tom, she would sit at a table, people would just flock to her, they would come to her. She really didn't need to go to anybody. Now, does that make it any better if you're kind of like dissecting this? No, because it's just human nature. Like, to be kind, you should be able to be kind and like walk up to people and say hello. But if they're going back to the White House Correspondents' Center, like, they took photos together. They did a whole press, tour together. They've done so much together. And at that point, you're at the freaking White House. You don't have to sit there and like be up each other's asses, like, at all. So the criticism came from a reporter. Her name is Maureen Callahan. She is a reporter for the Daily Mail, and she recounted on Daily Dose of Dana, her podcast, that Ariana was disengaged, spending most of the evening on her phone and not participating in conversations. This was right after Scandal. I'm sure a ton of people were probably asking her about Scandal. Now they're saying that this is like just, and I'm not saying that Daily Dose of Dana is saying this, but people are saying, well, this is just who Lisa is. She's not a good person. But also, like, I'm looking at it too. Look at how much so many of the cast members have been like shitting on her lately. Like, well, it's my show and you didn't, like, we don't owe you anything. We built this show. You didn't really do anything. Bravo did something. She's probably like, you ungrateful little shits. All of you. Honestly. But moving on. I wanted to talk about Brittany Cartwright for a second because this is what got me. She shared an Instagram story. In the Instagram story, you could see herself and an unidentified man at a gym. So what they're trying to say is this Instagram story This is herself and the unidentified man. This Instagram story indicates that maybe this is her new guy. It looks like they're playing pickleball. To me, it looks like the guy is probably a trainer. They said Anon, but I saw her walking out of the gym with the guy this morning. Maybe him. This is on Dumois, which, by the way, Brittany, you look freaking fantastic. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, but I don't know. I don't know. I haven't asked anybody. I just don't know if this is like a training sesh or if this is actually her new man. But she hasn't confirmed or denied anything. However, you can see, obviously we can't see his face. The guy's in shape, knows how to dress. She looks fantastic, looks happy. I mean, obviously not in this photo. She doesn't look like the most happy. But like, if in fact this is something that she's pursuing, then I'm like, good for fucking you, girl. Now, the same man was later seen with her in New York City. I guess this happened a couple times, the gym and also on the streets. But it was on a recent episode of Watch What Happens Live where she did admit to having a crush, but she didn't give any further details about that. And by the way, it's only been a year, which doesn't matter. She could do whatever she wants. She already did with that Julian Sinsley man who was one of Jax Taylor's good friends. But Brittany had a brief relationship with Julian Sinsley. She still, though, has not confirmed any other relationships publicly. As far as like her divorce and everything being discussed, I think that she's probably under like a super ironclad contract with Bravo, and she probably can't discuss those things because they're going to be airing out on the show and in the episode. So everything, it's like you're ruining the show. It's like if somebody tells you the ending to a movie or they provide the context as to why the plot twist was the way that it was. Like, she legally, binded by a contract, cannot give that information. But if she's got a new man, also, if she has a new man, she doesn't know. She's a mom. She probably doesn't want to parade around every Tom, Dick, and Harry and want to announce every relationship. She probably wants to kind of move, like move like a snake, like behind the scenes. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but probably move like a snake where you don't really see her and navigate relationships. And then when she finds a relationship that really works for her, that's probably when she will share that. I mean, again, it makes sense to me, but she was on Give Them Lala Pod.
Really like being single. So
you're better in a partnership.
Yeah, I think I get like lonely. But then again, I do have a lot of things I need to work on still, and I need to heal from things.
Mm-hmm.
But again, people are watching The Valley right now, which was last summer. I've grown even more,
of course,
since that aired. I'm a lot stronger within myself. But I'm having fun. I have a crush. Nothing serious, but yeah, we'll see where it goes.
Okay, Brittany, go get your groove back, Stella. All right. I want to hear what you guys think. Do you think that this crush could be the same guy in the photos? At this point, it totally is speculation, so that's exactly what we're doing. I want to hear what you guys think about that. And then also this stupid article situation about Ariana and Lisa Vanderpump, to me, is just silly. The only reason I brought it up was because I do want to defend both of them in that sense. Like Ariana, White House Correspondents' Center, they even put Scandal in the speech. She was probably over it. It became an identity that she had to try to get away from. And then for Lisa Vanderpump, like, she did the carpet. She did all of the things. Why? She doesn't need to sit there and like kiss anybody's ass, Go mingle. You see each other all the time. Mingle. But also, don't forget that I am putting the link for my Blooming Face Pro 2.0 inside of the comment section in the description. And if you guys missed our big news yesterday, well, here it is again. You guys can go to upandadamlive.com. Officially, it is up, which is so exciting. It's sort of like a hub, a one-stop shop where you can see our latest videos, latest news. We also have our reviews, Bougie or Bust, and what's going on BravoCon. I did something about, is it worth the hype? We have our podcast, as you can see, an incredible team of writers. Especially, I got to give it to Gelsey and Tyler and Lexi. I mean, the snarkiness, I'm just like, I'm dying. I'm living for it. And then, of course, our sponsors. But all you guys have to do, it's all free, is go and you sign up. You make a profile. That way you can engage into the conversation and also be a part of the community. Again, it's free. It's like Up and Adam on YouTube, but on steroids, because we're covering royal news, celebrity news, pop news, Bravo news, reviews, blinds, podcasts, YouTube. Go check it out. I love you guys. Happy Memorial Day weekend.